appreciate it. All right, guys. What's going on? All right. I was gonna ask you who was gonna win, but I don't have to ask now. What's up, y'all? All right, y'all. All right.
Boxing Nation.
My man. Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? This news just in. Breaking news. Matter of fact, I heard this news by waking up and looking at my own channel and seeing my man AK Arab King reported and broke the story on my channel. Now, just so there's no confusion, guys, every once in a while you are going to hear a voice that's not mine, and it will most likely be from my man AK, who will be every once in a while reporting breaking news stories. I give him an opportunity to drop videos on my channel every once in a while. It's just like a boxing website having different boxing writers write articles on that website. So just look at it as getting an extra video on my channel, if you will, because whenever there's breaking news, even if he reports the story, I'm still going to make my own video about it, especially when it comes to news this big. Now, another reason why this helps me is because I'm in Thailand right now, and it's a 14-hour difference when it comes to the time. So there'll be times just like this situation right here, where it was about maybe 4 in the morning out here in Thailand, and it was 2 in the afternoon out there in the States when this story broke. But anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about this news. So Canelo Alvarez drops a bombshell announcing that he will be facing who? Rocky Fielding at 168 for his version of the WBA title. Now, understand, guys, the real WBA champion is Caleb Smith, the guy who actually beat Rocky Fielding. He's the real champion when it comes to the WBA belt. But this guy, Rocky Fielding, he has a regular belt. This is just amazing news, guys, and it just came out of nowhere. It was something that we did not expect at all. It is amazing to me that Canelo Alvarez, he found Liam Smith at 154, and now he finds Rocky Fielding at 160. This is amazing, guys. Right when Gennady Golovkin was looking bad, because of the pressures of him having to face Jermall Charlo, and we know he's not going to fight Jermall Charlo next, so that would have made Gennady Golovkin look bad. All of a sudden, it's like Canelo Alvarez, he tries to outdo Golovkin when it comes to lowering the bar. And you guys have to understand something. It is impossible for Canelo Alvarez fans to try to defend what Canelo is doing right now, because even Canelo fans did not expect Canelo to fight against Rocky Fielding. They didn't even know who Rocky Fielding was, right? So even though they are going to try to come out and say, oh, well, this is a good fight, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, if you truly believe that this was a good fight, you would have been telling people before this move that Canelo Alvarez should fight Rocky Fielding next. That's who he should fight. That guy has a belt, et cetera, et cetera. But see, this is what you call loyalty. This is what you call fans that are not basing this off of what makes logical sense, what's right or what's wrong. They're basing things off of loyalty, pride. Once again, it's a gangbanger's mentality. When your boy tells you, come on, let's go out and shoot up some kids on the other side of town, or let's go shoot up a funeral home while our enemies are burying their loved ones. You already know deep down what you're doing is wrong, but you have to ride with them because you are loyal to your gang. So when fans see Canelo Alvarez pull a move like this that they didn't even see coming, they have to stay loyal to their man Canelo Alvarez, even though they know this makes Canelo look bad. They're basically like, look, we're not going to give you the satisfaction and admit that our man is wrong for doing this. We're going to go down with the ship if we have to. We're going to ride for Canelo Alvarez at all costs. You guys have to understand why this makes Canelo Alvarez look so bad. Because when you look at fighters like Errol Spence, the Charlo brothers, Terrence Crawford, Deontay Wilder, and even fighters that recently retired like Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather, these fighters were always daring to be great. If you think about it, these fighters were doing the polar opposite of what Canelo Alvarez is doing right now. Andre Ward never had dangerous opponents in his division, and he avoided them to fight a guy that we had never heard of before. Andre Ward always wanted to challenge himself. He always dared to be great. Floyd Mayweather was fighting lineal champions like Janelle Hernandez when he only had 17 fights. When HBO told him he was out of his mind for taking that fight at such an early age. Floyd Mayweather moved up 5 weight classes, and he was fighting the Canelo Alvarez's close to 40 years old with a 15 to 20 pound weight disadvantage going into the ring against a bigger, stronger, much younger opponent than Floyd Mayweather. Do you guys think that Canelo Alvarez at age 37, you think he's going to be facing the type of competition that Floyd Mayweather faced at 37? You think he's still going to be moving up at weight, fighting against bigger, younger, stronger opponents when Canelo is close to 40 years old? Think about this. How is it possible that a fighter like Floyd Mayweather was facing better competition at age 37 than Canelo is facing at 26 or 27? Think about it for a second, guys. Floyd Mayweather, he beat Manny Pacquiao. When Floyd beat Manny Pacquiao was considered by many outlets as pound for pound, top 3, the best fighter in the world. Like I said, Floyd, he also beat Canelo Alvarez around the same age. What you guys have to understand is, these fighters are supposed to be putting on fights that the fans want to see. Not one single Canelo Alvarez fan was asking for Canelo versus Rocky Fielding. Now, in Canelo's defense, if Canelo Alvarez, for example, if he cleared out the 160 pound division, let's say he fought the Charlos, he fought the Danny Jacobs and Darren Yevchenkos and all of those guys, and there was no one left. And then he said, you know what, since there's no one left at 160, I'm going to just take a belt at 168 and just stay busy, right? Stay busy, fight, etc., etc. Which is exactly what people are going to say this is right here, and that could possibly be the case. But I'm just saying, guys, if that were the case where he took the fight because he cleaned out the 160 pound division, then you could say this is not a bad move at all. Because I can tell you right now, I remember Pernell Whitaker. When Pernell Whitaker cleared out the 147 pound division, he just moved up to 154 just to take another belt. But he fought against a real good champion who was towering over him. He fought against an Argentinian champion. I believe his name was Vasquez. But once again, circumstances were entirely different. Now, and if this is just a stay busy type of fight, and Canelo Alvarez is going to come back down to 160 and take care of business, then it's not going to look that bad. But right now, it doesn't look that good because there were just too many great fights for Canelo Alvarez to be involved in. You guys have to understand this. When you try to defend Canelo and say, hey man, well, he just wants to take an easy fight because he just had a tough fight with Gennady Golovkin, when fighters like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, when they have tons of great opponents to fight, they go back to back facing them. I mean, when you look at Terrence Crawford is always looking for the best competition. Terrence Crawford would never turn down a dangerous opponent to fight against a guy that we had never heard of before. So when some of these fans try to say, hey man, why are you being so hard on Canelo Alvarez and you're not being so hard on Terrence Crawford? Well, once again, look at the contrast. Look at what Terrence Crawford is attempting to do, and look at what Canelo Alvarez is attempting to do. Look at what Errol Spence is attempting to do. Look at what Canelo Alvarez is attempting to do. It's not even apples and oranges, it's apples and rocks at this point, guys. I mean, a stay busy fight for Errol Spence is like against a Lamont Peterson. A stay busy fight for Terrence Crawford is moving up in weight and fighting Jeff Horn, who just beat Manny Pacquiao. Those are stay busy fights for those fighters. A stay busy fight for Canelo Alvarez is Rocky Fielding. And I'm actually being generous when I call it a stay busy fight, because realistically, it's not even a stay busy fight. Because the majority of times, Canelo Alvarez he's fought opponents like Liam Smith, Amir Khan, Alfredo Angulo. And it feels like almost every couple of years, we'll get to see Canelo Alvarez in there with someone who's equal to him. So this is really unfortunate, guys. This is unfortunate for Canelo Alvarez because Canelo, he had an opportunity to make himself look good, while once again, Gennady Golovkin is about to make himself look really bad. I've been telling you guys for the longest, it seems like Golovkin and Canelo, they continue to pull each other down because neither one of them are daring to be great. Gennady Golovkin, he dedicated his whole career damn near on facing Canelo Alvarez, a smaller man, and then he ends up losing to him. And now he catches a case of karma because he wants, even if he wanted a third match with Canelo Alvarez, now he has to fight against a dangerous opponent that he will most likely lose to in Jermall Charlo. So there's really nowhere for Golovkin to go right now because he's not the type of fighter to dare to be great. So he's not going to fight a Jermall Charlo, and he doesn't even have confidence that he can beat Jermall Charlo. We know he has confidence that he can beat Vanes Martirosyan, but he ain't going to fight a Jermall Charlo. He ain't going to fight a Jacobs versus Saunders winner or a Jacobs versus Darren Yevchenko winner. He ain't going to fight Andrade, and he ain't going to fight Saunders. So if he's not going to fight any of those guys, what is he going to do? Is he going to call up Canelo and ask Canelo if Rocky Fielding has a brother that he could fight? I mean, this is looking bad, guys. This is looking bad for both Golovkin and Canelo right now. But once again, fans that are loyal to Canelo Alvarez, they don't care if it's a horrible fight. They just want to know that Canelo Alvarez has a guaranteed win. So that's what it is. It is official, though. Canelo Alvarez, he will be facing Rocky Fielding for the regular WBA belt in December. We'll see what he does after that. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.